Hi everyone, this will be a, I hope, quick video. We will first warm up the body and then we will do diagonal stretch. For the first exercise, I sometimes use this to warm up all of the body. At first the movement may be a bit hard to copy, but feel free to pause the video and rewind it. I will turn my back because I think it will be much easier for you to copy it like this. So first, just stand in a comfortable spread, a bit wider. We will make it in this pose, in the goddess pose, but for now we will hold it like this. Stretch your arms to the side. First, only one arm, and move it behind your back, make a circle, and then in front of your back, make a circle. This will be the movement of the right arm at first. Turn the body, so as you move the arm behind the back, turn the body towards the right, then you bring it back, and when you bring the arm in the front, then turn it to the left. Okay, now you have one arm, the other arm moves the opposite direction. So first it moves upwards in front of the body, and then downwards behind the body. Upwards in front of the body, downwards behind the body. Now you have both arms. I know it's a very short time, so feel free to rewind it. But now we will connect these two. So one arm behind the body, the other in front, and then the other side. What we basically do is this. We just keep the body, keep rotating, keep turning the body, and then that will move the hands. And at first you will use the muscles to hold the hand because you want to do it perfect. The point of this would be to let it go, to just swing the arm and let its own momentum carry it. If you do it properly, you need very little force to make them go, and you can do it quite fast. You can actually do it so fast that blood will start flowing into your palms, and it's a bit hurtful if you do it for a too long time. But it warms up very much the whole upper body, and if you go a bit down and do it like this, first let's get the movement of the down body. So when you bend your knees, make sure your knees don't fall to the middle, to the side. Always rotate them to the side, and the movement of the body will be, you turn the hip one side, back to the middle, other side. Basically you turn the body. As you turn the body, the hind feet moves, and then you're turning this way, back to the middle, other way. Maybe you can practice this a few times. In some martial arts, this is a base stance, or horse stance. Yeah, that's the word that didn't pop in my mind. So if you have this down, then you can connect the two. First, slowly turn the body, hands coming, back to the middle, base stance, and then the other direction. Turn the body, base stance. And down. At first you can stop in the middle, always. And then, when you have it, you can just go and let it go. And you can move even a bit. You can put in a little bit of forward bend and backward bend. So when you move to one side, downward, then forward bend and then backward bend. But that's just extra, so you don't need to do that in the beginning. to practice it to both sides, so you don't become one-sided. First, we went downwards with the right hand. So now we go downwards with the left. And slowly start to build it up. And upwards on the right side. Downwards on the left side. Upwards on the right side. Try to make full circles with your hands. It won't be perfect. It doesn't need to be. It's a warm-up practice. And you can make it, you can keep it slow, or you can make it faster as you get more familiar with the movement. Don't expect yourself to do it perfect or fast in the beginning. This is a lot of practice I put into this. And slowly stop. Maybe you feel, I do feel a bit warmed up. If you do it slower, then maybe you use more force and that warms up the body. So this warmed up our upper body. And for diagonal stretch, we need to stretch a bit the sides because it involves a backward bend. So that we will just stretch it very simply. Stand in a comfortable spread. Bring your weight over to your left leg. Stretch upwards and a bit diagonal with the left hand to the opposite side. Grab your left forearm and a bit pull it out and push your chest to the left. The point is not to make it as big, because then you will move from, so it's not the point to make it as big a curve as you can, because then you will move from one point, but to make it a nice long curve. And push your chest into the muscles of the side. Breathe through the stretching side. As you breathe, that helps move the muscles and helps stretch them. And back to the middle. Go to the other side. Also pay attention to not bring backwards the pelvis. So this is not the goal. Maybe you can even bit backward bend, pull together the lower ribs just gently, and then stretch. Everything is in one line. And breathe. Use the breathing. Push your chest to the side. And come down. One last thing we need to absolutely warm up for this practice is the hip flexors. So let's get started on that. Put yourself into, I'm moving for the best angle. Put yourself in a half kneeling position. Support yourself in the front, in the left hand, and actually both, and just start circling with your hip a bit. Other direction. And stop in the front, just swing it left and right, gently rock it. And then put down your toes in the back, stretch the leg. Make sure you stretch backwards with the heel and your knee is straight or stretched completely, and start to lower your hip into this. Go as low as you can, create a comfortable stretch. You don't need to force it. And with an inhale, stretch upwards with the right hand. And then come back to the middle. Bring your front foot to the middle. Push yourself up, elevate. Make sure there's no discomfort in your waist. And then slowly, as you stretch backwards with the heel, try to touch the ground with your knee very gently, and then stretch it again. And 2, stretch backwards as you stretch the leg. And 3, you stretch the leg, try to stretch out from your hip. Try to send your leg back as much as you can. And 5th, last one. actually 6, hold it a bit down, try to move a bit forwards, and then stretch, and then put it down, rest a bit. When resting, always bring your focus to the body part that was actually working and try to relax it consciously. And now bring forward the hip, actually bring a bit upwards, bend the knee and grab it with your right hand. So if you're grabbing your left leg, you grab it with your right. Maybe I move it even more in an angle. Close it as much as you can to the sitting bone and try to keep it there and start to lower the pelvis as much as it's comfortable. You can even support yourself on the forearm. Just give it some time so that it relaxes. And then start to push into it. Just 20, 40, 60%, 80 and 100. Full force. Push into your hand. Try to stretch the left leg. We hold it around for 10 seconds. 8, 9, 10, and keep it like this. Just relax, let go of the force. Maybe you can lower it a bit more and then slowly come up. Let it relax and then switch. Step back with your right leg, plank, and then step forward with the left. Support yourself with the hands and start a gentle hip circling. Make sure your hip goes in all its movement range and other direction. And slowly step in the front and rock your hip left and right. Just let it relax. And then put down your toes in the back, stretch your leg, stretch backwards with the heel, forwards with the chest. Try to lower the hip, but make sure that as you lower the hip, your knee in the back is straight. Support yourself on the right arm. Inhale, stretch upwards with the left. Let this twist go all the way through the spine to the pelvis. And then slowly turn back your head and upper body. Bring in the middle, the front leg. Slowly come up. If you're very, very flexible, you can even bring it a bit more inside. The knee can come in front of the foot, the ankle. It's alright. And then touch 5 times. 1, 2, keep doing it. As you stretch backwards with the right foot, try to keep your pelvis as low as possible. 4, 5, and hold a 6th. Maybe you can come a bit more front and forwards, and then stretch it, and then bring backwards the pelvis, rest a bit. Relax your hip flexors. And then come forward again. Bend your right leg. And try to close the heel as close to the sitting bone as possible. And then try to keep it as close as possible as you lower the hip forwards. You can support yourself on the forearm again. And at first just let it relax, let it stretch. Breathe into it. Imagine that it's stretching and relaxing. And then slowly start to kick back. Just try to push the foot into the palm full force. and we hold it for around 10 seconds. And slowly let go of the force, but keep your hip down. Maybe even lower the pelvis a bit more. And then slowly come up. Rest a bit. And step back into plank. Still we hold this just for a bit, so we compensate for our knee. And then slowly stand up. Okay, so diagonal stretch is a very complex practice. It's very good. It stretches and strengthens the hip flexors at the same time. It's very, very useful. It's also a minor backward bend and also a balance practice. At first, very much so. So the point is, at first I show you from the front. You step a bit outwards with the foot, put behind the other foot, and then step backwards, comfortable distance. So I suggest using something that your foot can stick on, so it doesn't slide, but you can do it on a normal surface as well. And first, so step forward with the right foot, it's facing to the outside, diagonal. Step behind with your left foot, step backwards in one line. And the arm, it can come multiple ways. We will try to touch the back of the thigh with the right hand, or the back of the calf, or the heel with the right hand. So as we will start bending the left knee, and at the beginning also the front knee. It's easier if you bend both knees, and try to touch the calf or the back of the thigh or the heel with the right hand. Looks like this from the, okay, let me, like this. So it looks like this on the front, from the front. Left hand, it can be on the shoulder, or you can stretch upwards with it. It's more difficult in my experience if you stretch upwards, so feel free to do whichever. But I generally like it more when I'm stretching upwards. Yeah. And from the other side it looks like this. Now I'm showing it from every angle. Okay. So this is the practice. I suggest doing, and let's do at least 5 repetitions and holding the 6. But let's make it 10 because it's more useful. And the point is, only go as low as from where you can come back up. If you go too low and this happens, that's fine. Then you know that you don't have to go that low next time, because it's much more useful if you can come back up 10 times than if you fall out 10 times. Okay? So let's get started. Stance, and if your left foot is back, then you stretch backwards with the right hand. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. If you feel it too easy, then keep the front knee stretched. 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's okay to fall out a few times. 8, just try to come up always. 9, and hold the 10th. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. And move around your working feet on your left leg a bit. you can feel, at least I can feel, quite well warm up on the leg. I mean, it works very hard, but it also stretches. It's very good exercise. Other leg. Step behind the knee, step backwards, comfortable distance. First, try it just a few times. First, very small movements. Just touch the back of the thigh, touch the calf, and see if you can touch the heel. It's okay if you only can do this. It will develop with time. So let's get started with our repetitions. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold the 10th. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. That was it. Move around your leg a bit, just bend it a few times, maybe do a few hip circlings. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bend forward. This is also compensation for the backward bends. Move with hands to one side. Let this be the right side. Move your hands to the right side of your foot. Stretch out with the left shoulder far away from the pelvis. And back to the middle, other direction. Back to the middle. Grab your elbows or upper arms and just rock yourself a bit left and right. Bend your knees if you need to. And with a inhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, come upwards. Sigh. Relax. Look a bit inwards. And that was all. I hope this was very useful, and I hope you keep practicing this. It will make your hip and also the knee very healthy if you do it with the right amount and don't overdo it. So thanks for practicing with me, and have a nice day.